Hi everyone, my name is Anna. Welcome to Iguanaland. Reptiles are found in all but the coldest parts of our planet, including many extreme and very isolated locations, like the island of Madagascar. Let's explore a little about this unique environment and meet some of the amazing reptiles that call it home. Madagascar is an island nation off the southeast coast of Africa, and it is big. It is the fourth largest island in the world at more than 200,000 square miles. That's almost 1.5 times the size of California. This island has been isolated from the mainland of Africa for about 180 million years, which has led to a truly incredible amount of diversity in the plants and animals that live there. In fact, Madagascar is considered to be a biodiversity hotspot. More than 90% of the species living there are endemic to the island. They are only found on Madagascar and nowhere else in the whole world. As you can imagine, there are some amazing reptiles native to Madagascar, but you don't have to fly across the world to see them. Iguanaland is home to some of the most iconic Madagascan reptiles, and I'm going to introduce you to a few of them today. One of the most well-known Madagascan reptiles is the radiated tortoise. These large, beautiful tortoises are known for the star-like radiating patterns on their shell and can be 16 inches long and weigh up to 35 pounds. They are found only in the southernmost regions of Madagascar, and this limited natural range makes them especially vulnerable to habitat loss and overharvesting for food and for the pet trade. Wild populations are declining rapidly, and they are currently listed as critically endangered by the IUCN. The IUCN, the International Union for the Conservation of Nature, is the international body of scientists responsible for establishing the Red List, a document that evaluates and ranks how close to extinction a species is thought to be. While not every species has been evaluated, those that have been are listed at one of 7 levels, depending on their population size, habitat size, rate of population change, and other similar factors. These categories, in order of increasing severity, are least concern, for species that are not considered threatened at all currently, near threatened, vulnerable, endangered, critically endangered, extinct in the wild, and extinct. One of the biggest challenges with conserving tortoises specifically is that they are long-lived and slow to grow and mature, meaning that they have a long time between generations. So it takes a long time to increase the population, even with dedicated conservation and good captive breeding programs. Female radiated tortoises may lay up to 3 clutches of eggs per year, but they typically only lay 1 to 5 eggs at a time, and the eggs may take as long as 8 months to hatch. We are absolutely thrilled that this year, 2024, we produced captive bred radiated tortoises here at Iguanaland for the very first time. Less well known than the radiated tortoise is the spider tortoise. With adults averaging just 4 to 5 inches long, they are the smallest tortoise species on Madagascar and among the smallest species of tortoises in the world. They have a very similar native range to the radiated tortoises, living in the southern part of the island, and face many very similar challenges. They are also listed by the IUCN as critically endangered, with their small native range and specialized habitat making them particularly vulnerable to habitat loss and fragmentation. Another challenge for this species is that the females only lay 1 egg at a time, and the egg is incubated for 7 to 8 months before hatching, although they do seem to be able to lay multiple eggs in 1 year. This makes the population very slow to recover and even more difficult to breed in human care. There are two recognized species of spider tortoise. There's the spider tortoise and the flatback spider tortoise, which have an even smaller range along the western coast of Madagascar. This is a panther chameleon, perhaps the most iconic reptile native to Madagascar, known for their truly amazing colors that are so bright, vibrant, and varied. These colorful lizards are found in lowland forests in northeastern Madagascar and are currently listed as least concern by the IUCN. Chameleons are native to Africa, Madagascar, and the Middle East. They are lizards that have many unique adaptations that make them excellent at hunting insects from the trees. Most obviously, they have large, protruding eyes that can move independently from each other and look in two different directions at the same time. To help them hold onto branches, their toes are fused into two groups on each foot. When we look closely, we can see that these large toes have 3 nails on one side and 2 on the other. They have all of the bones in each foot for 5 toes, just like we do. We call feet like this, with opposite-facing toes, zygodactyl, and this is the same word that we use to describe parrots' feet. Chameleons also have a prehensile tail that can grab and hold onto branches to help them balance and move through the trees. The last 2 adaptations are probably the ones you are most familiar with. Chameleons have a very long tongue with a large sticky end that can launch out of their mouth to catch and eat insects. And of course, chameleons can change color. Now, the way this actually works is likely pretty different than how you may have seen it shown on TV or in movies. In the chameleon's skin are layers of pigment cells that they can open and close, and the color we see depends on how these layers are interacting. Chameleons cannot match their surroundings. They have the colors and patterns that they have, and when they change color, it's more like they can control the saturation, making the colors brighter and more vivid or duller and darker. This is also an automatic response to a potential threat, not something that they're going to decide to do. Though the panther chameleons may come in many different colors, their size cannot compare to the Parsons chameleon. This is the largest species of chameleon in the world and is found through much of eastern Madagascar. Able to reach lengths over 2 feet long, this species is also known for the distinctive fleshy growth on the nose of the male. Like the panther chameleons, the female Parsons chameleons are smaller and more plainly colored than the males. This is typical in chameleons and many other lizards, including iguanas. We call this sexual dimorphism, from the Greek roots di, meaning 2, and morph, meaning form. They have 2 different forms, depending on their sex. Parsons chameleons are listed as near threatened with a decreasing population by the IUCN. Our final Madagascan reptile today is a little different. This is a Dumeril's boa. They are a relatively large, heavy-bodied snake, reaching about 4 to 6 feet long as adults, and potentially weighing as much as 20 pounds, with the females typically being larger. Found in forests and preferring to live on the ground, they have these beautiful swirling black and brown patterns all down their body to help them camouflage in the mixed light and shadow on the forest floor. Like all boas, they are ambush predators, sitting and waiting for prey to come near or pass by before pursuing. Small mammals, birds, and other reptiles are typical prey for a Dumeril's boa, which are constrictors. They will grab their prey with their mouth, wrap their strong body around it, holding the prey tightly in place until it dies, and then swallowing the prey whole. While most reptiles lay eggs, boas, including the Dumeril's boa, actually have live young, though this is very different in reptiles than in mammals. So we'll make you a whole video to explain that very soon. So now we've met just a few of the unique and beautiful reptiles that are native to Madagascar that you can see right here at Iguanaland. We hope that you'll be able to come meet them soon. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.